Well, I finally got this 1967 chopper that I got off of Old Iron Parts Company. I guess they're in Wisconsin, I think, or Minnesota. Any case, it's a raffle I won. They sent this bike. It doesn't have a title, so I went online and I looked for an engine that I can get with a title. And so I got this from a gentleman down in Florida, and this is an XLCH 1969, and it has a magneto, which we got some parts in here. Some push rods, a magneto, and a few other things. They also came with a full gasket kit. I guess this is a motor he was going to rebuild but didn't, so I'm hoping that this motor will go right into that bike nice and easy. But I'm going to rebuild this motor first. I'm going to take it apart, finish the rebuild on it, and I mean, it may need more work. For all I know, you know, usually these things you're going to want to bore out the pistons or bore out the cylinders, maybe a cam, I don't know, we'll see. I got to take it apart, do some measurements, so I'm just trying to clear up the shop here. And now that I have a titled motor, I should be able to get this on the road, however long it takes me on my spare free time to work on this. So, well, I unbolted or unscrewed the motor. It looks like it came with this little motor mount, which is pretty handy. I really appreciate that. I tried lifting this up to put it up here, and I'm just not going to be able to do it myself. So once I can figure out, get my son over or some way to lift that out, I need to put it up on the bench and actually go through it. It came with a complete engine gasket kit. But you know, looks like there's a lot of gaskets in there, so that should get me at least started. I'm sure I could take the carburetor and rebuild it. I can't really see what that is. I don't have my glasses on. It kind of resembles a Bendix a little bit. No, I don't know. Maybe just a regular Harley one. So then I got to get this motor out of here, and probably going to need some help with that as well. So what I think I'll do for now is just set this off to the side, lift this table up, and just start going through and unbolting the try to get the motor out of the frame, or at least get it to that point. Then I can work on this motor, clean this whole bike. Hopefully the clutch is good in this motor. I'm probably going to end up replacing it anyway. We'll see. Once I can get that motor apart and I start measuring it, I think the guy said this motor came in for a rebuild, but it never actually got done. That's why there has the complete engine gasket kit, where the guy started to do it and then handed it off to the guy, but eventually sold it to him, who sold it to me. Anywho, it's something to start with, and hopefully it'll bolt in here. It should. I don't see why not. And it'll be, let's see, just have yeah, I don't know, we might have to do something. We'll see. Looks like this piece comes off, whatever this is. Maybe that's just a mounting point, because it looks like the other motor doesn't have this piece on it. What else are we missing here? Oh, we don't have a starter on this because this is kick only. And it's gonna have a magneto. I wonder if they started taking this apart. It's really hard to tell. this air dry for a little bit. I know what you're thinking. You're not supposed to pressure wash an engine, but I did cover these up. Any of the holes I found, and I do plan on disassembling this entire motor, so I'm not too worried about it. It got a little bit cleaner. Not much though. So maybe it wasn't so bad to begin with. Maybe it was a little discolored. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I went to Lowe's and I found this 1-ton chain hoist. I have these double joists up here, 6x12. They should be able to handle the weight, so should that lag bolt. I'm just lifting one thing right now. That's probably 250 pounds. I don't even know if it's that much. So it shouldn't have any problem at all. So just for a temporary measure, this will get me where I need to go. So I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to put it here on this old plastic top. It should fit in there perfectly fine with the custom made engine mount. And hello, Winnie. Come to say hello. You're a good dog. All right. Come on. So anywho, I will go ahead and lift this up, slide this table under it, lower it down. These are on wheels. I made a couple of these tables a few years ago. Just something to roll around the shop. Very easy. Okay, hopefully this will go well and we won't have any problems. Watch out, Winnie. I don't want to drop a motor on your head. I have to probably take it. Okay, so now slide this under here. And, I think we want to face it this way. Get that nice and thinner. And there we go. So when that's ready to be taken out of here, maybe I'm gonna just drill a hole and put the winch right here, hang it, swing it out, and drop it on that table, and then back in. Or if my son comes over, it'll be real easy. We'll just grab one end each and pull it out and throw that one in. But this one I need to rebuild now. So now that it's up here and I can see it, and this, I can move this whole bench around as needed. So I might make some more room here. I don't know. We'll see. It's just more work. So okay, these are the bolts my wife was talking about that she said she really likes. She said, I like those a lot better than the one that came on the bike. And let's see. Yeah, see, I agree. These are all covered in mud, and I guess they had this little red thing on it. Little red thing there. So, yeah, that is cool. But, you know, I'm probably going to rebuild all these anyway. They got those little red things on the other side. Interesting. Am I looking at the wrong side of the motor? Yeah, okay. All right, no, I'm a moron. This is this side. And yeah, I agree with her. These are all broken and gross. What I have on my shovel head are what came with these. I think that's the original, but what I did is I put a special washer in there that has like a fan on it. I don't know how to explain it. As a crinkle, so it acts like a spring. So what it does is it keeps the side-to-side play minimal, and so if it does happen to wear and expand, the spring will still keep it nice and tight, so you never hear that tick tick tick. I don't know if they make it for these. You probably do. We'll see. It doesn't look like they took this motor apart yet, which was one thing I was wondering about, because I know they said they were going to start doing the work. It looks like they took off the push rods, and that's in the carburetor, and that's about it. And this piece, which didn't come with it, I'm gonna have to find this online somewhere. It didn't come with this bike either. That's okay. And you know, cool. Another project I'm really happy about. Alright, so I got the engine up on these blocks. What I want to do is take out these two drain plugs under here while I have enough room. And then what I'm going to do is, I guess it's still attached to the chain. So I'm going to lift it, put that tray under it once all the oil's out. So for now, let's just take these bolts out very carefully. So this is just going to drain the engine if there's any more oil in there, because I don't know what they did to drain this out. And it's nice having this little drain under here. Make my life easier. Let's see. Yeah, we have oil. All right, good thing I did that. All right, let's go ahead with the transmission side. Let that do its thing, and we'll come back in a little bit, and hopefully this will be completely drained. And then I'll move it back over here. I've just been doing a little work on my shop this morning. Put in a shelf up here and a light. I have this cart that wheels around so I can move the motor if I need to. And then a little entertainment so I can look things up and watch TV, listen to music. And so that's what I'm planning on doing today, is just kind of going through this stuff and getting ready to really kind of dive into this. At this point, I've just been kind of tinkering around, thinking, because I don't want to dive into it and then find out, oh, you know what, I changed my mind. So I'm really trying to take a methodical approach to this time. Keeping track of all the expenses. Make sure that I'm not wasting money on things I don't need. So the first thing I did this morning was I went online and I found on eBay 3 books, a climber manual, a Harley manual, and a Harley parts for the, they should include the 67 and the 69, so I have to buy separate books, which I think if you're going to be working on these old bikes, you really need to do that. You really need to get the books. So I have a bunch of books here that I've collected over the years, which I'm probably going to move up here, kind of, you know, make my shop a little bit more organized, but that's neither here nor there. Has nothing to do with the build. We have some sun out there today. I may or may not get to this outside. All right, be back a little bit once that oil drains out.